Hey y'all. Okay, so today I want to talk about our gifts, right? So I'm currently listening to Tabitha Brown's Feeding the Soul because that's my business. It's a really good book. I highly recommend it. But I'm listening to the Audible book version, so I'll be bringing you back like little tidbits and things like that every time I do like listen to it. But I just finished chapter one. In chapter one, she talks about, the gifts that you're born with, and we all have gifts. And for her, I think it was the gift of laughter, but she also spoke about some other gifts that she had, such as, I think it was like her ability to see and vision in her dreams, right? And she spoke about, not wanting those gifts at a certain point in time. And that's definitely something I can resonate with. I'm not sure if you know, but my ability to, my clairsentience, my clairaudience, my ability to feel and to hear things and sometimes see things even in my dream state were gifts that were very overwhelming to me. And I used to, I don't think I ever got to the point where I prayed them away, but I ran away from them, actively ran away from them, right? And it wasn't until 2020 when the pandemic happened that, my career, I was using my career essentially, my gifts of communication and performance, the gifts that I liked to run away from the gifts that I didn't like, right? And it wasn't until 2020 when the pandemic happened, when we were all alone, stuck in the house, girl, that it dawned on me, that either I can continue to be overwhelmed and afraid of these gifts, or I can do something with them, right? I was just looking at the time, angel number 1441. Okay, And that was when I decided I was going to do something with them. I found a mentor. She also spoke about finding a mentor with your gifts, the ones that you like and the ones that you do not like, and developing them. And I'm not sure if she said this in the book, but I truly believe that our gifts are not ours. Our gifts, God has given us gifts. The divine, the Most High Spirit has given us gifts so that we can use them to be in service to the world. I know Tabitha Brown, with one of her conversations with her mother, it might not have been a conversation with her mother, I'm super paraphrasing now, but in the book she speaks about, God gives us gifts because God trusts us with them, right? So what are your gifts that the divine and the Most High has trusted you with? Be they the psychic and the intuitive, the ooky spooky ones, the ones that you don't like, and or the gifts that you're actually excited about using and implementing and sharing with the world, right? And that was the thing. For so long, I only wanted my gift of performance and communication and, emotional storytelling. But there's so many other gifts, even some of the gifts that aren't intuitive or psychic, that aren't overwhelming. I'm really good at math. And then I see my gift of being really good at math. Not so much just math specifically, but identifying and using patterns, right? I see it as identifying and using patterns. That's a gift that I use when it comes to astrology. You know what I mean? And now I read some people's astrology charts every once in a while. I'm not super active on it, but I've been taking a class for, again, I found a mentor. And my gifts of clairsentience and clairaudience, right? There's a lot of background noise. My air conditioner just came on and I hate when it comes on. I'm gonna turn it off, but you may also be able to hear it raining because it's raining today, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back now. I know the air is still running, but it takes a little second to turn off, so it'll turn off eventually. Oh, but that's another thing, yeah. I want you to think about, as you're watching this video, I want to ask you, and I want you to ask yourself, maybe journal about this, what are your gifts, right? What are your gifts? The ones that you like, the ones that you dislike, the ones that you're a little, apathetic or nonchalant about, right? And in what ways can you be of service to the world, right? Because I truly believe that the things that the God and divine and the Most High has trusted us with, the gifts that we have, those gifts are ours and they make us whole. Tabitha Brown talks about this, Sometimes I think she prayed away her gift of vision and dreams and they disappeared for a certain amount of time in her life. And she ended up missing it because it felt like a piece of her was missing. Right? So my thing is when you do not engage with all of your gifts, the things that were given to you to be of service, and your gifts don't have to be some great, big, grand gesture. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a huge social media influencer. You know what I mean? If your gift is just knitting or you know, making sure people feel seen, you know, or if you have like a gift of athleticism, whatever your gift is, big or small, make sure you're engaged with it, because that's the other thing, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'll be a rambler, so if y'all, if you don't know by now, I'm a rambler. But the other thing is that, like, you know, I had a talk with like one of my clients, hey Ashlyn, if you're watching, about purpose, right? And she was like, I feel like, because like as I was doing her reading, like knitting came up, and she was like, I don't want to knit, da 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 da. I feel like my purpose is bigger than that. I feel like my purpose is X, Y, or Z. And I truly believe that our purpose isn't necessarily one thing. It's not fixed. I used to believe that my purpose was just to be an actor and that was all I was living for, right? And although I can use my gifts and find purpose in acting and performing, you know, stage and screen, wherever it may be, I think that the culmination of my gifts allow me to find purpose in various avenues, be they social media influencing, be it, you know, photography, or like I've also have people tell me, you know, that I'm really good at making like table displays. You know what I mean? It was like, it's a gift. I was like, I guess, girl, you know, again, it doesn't have to be something big or an extravagant, but making a table display, you know, where I'm setting up tables for the nonprofit theater I was working with so that they can sell more products and people feel attracted to come to our table and interact with us. It's a gift. You know what I mean? Your gift, big or small. So what are your gifts that shape and shift, that have different amounts of prominence in your life? And how can you use them to find purpose today? Right? Although some of my acting and performing gifts I may not be using today, and I feel like I'm using a portion of them here on my YouTube channel. But what I really feel like I'm using, like as a social media influencer, is my ability to organize. I'm a really good organizer. You know what I mean? I'm able to monetize this, not because I'm like charismatic, which I think definitely helps, but because I'm really good at I'm really good with technology, and I'm really good at organizing and structuring and creating systems and being a leader and a producer, right? That's why I feel like I'm so successful at this. If you found value out of this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more. But one other thing I want to say, at a certain time in my life, I wanted to be a photographer. I kind of put that dream and that aspiration to the side because I found a new passion of acting and performing. And I was like, well, I love performing so much more than that, so I'm never going to do that ever again. But now I have this new camera, and as I was creating content for a brand the other day, I identified, I was like, wow, that photography class that I took in high school and those skills that I loved, and that one point in time where I was able to find a way to find purpose out of that skill, out of my vision, out of my sight, you know, my artistic eye, it has returned to me, you know what I mean? In a new way that is now helping me make money, helping me create, and helping me share and incorporate my other gifts in this way of fulfillment that I have. Yeah. But that's all that I have. Let me know if you're listening to Tabitha's Brown, Feeding the Soul. I think I'll come back just with little tidbits that I have like every single day, or like every chapter that I listen to. And I'll share things, and I'll share my takeaways and how they're influencing me. And hopefully that'll help you out. Yeah. But that's all I have for you. Again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're finding value out of this video, or let me know down in the comment section what other books about like consciousness and spirituality and purpose and, you know, like novels and biopics, I think, and self-help books. I think that's like the type of books that I like. But yeah, I guess that's it. All right, I love y'all. Until next time, this is XOMO. Bye.